I need to call an ambulance. I was shaking with agitation, but I knew I had to help my fallen husband immediately. So I grabbed my phone. I tried to reassure my daughter that everything was fine, but she calmly said, "It's okay, we don't need an ambulance." When I asked my daughter what she meant, I was surprised by what I learned. My name is Brittany Simpson. I'm 34 years old, and currently, I work only in the mornings at a call center. I reconnected with my husband, Chris, at a high school reunion, and we hit it off right away. Soon after, we started dating. After dating for 3 years, we got married, and now we have a daughter, Erica, in the 1st grade. Since Erica was born and our living expenses increased, Chris seemed to feel the need to support the family more, and started working longer hours. Even when he came home from long hours of work, he always prioritized Erica and me. I felt cherished, and didn't mind our conflicting schedules. Chris was a pharmacist. Due to his profession, he would always come home to care for me whenever I caught a cold. I know a lot about how the body works, so tell me where it hurts. I'll prepare the right cold medicine for you, Brittany, and even give you a massage. Chris said this, gently tending to my frail health. Erica would also look gloomy when I was sick. "Mommy, get well soon so you can be happy again." I wanted to recover quickly for my daughter's sake and dedicated myself to treatment. Seeing my tired face, Erica said to Chris, "Hey, do the usual thing. Give Mommy the magic medicine." Chris agreed and gave me traditional Chinese medicine and cold medicine. In our family, we call medicine a magic medicine. That's why Erica bravely took her medicine, and I, who often fell ill since childhood, felt better the next day, believing in the magic of the medicine. For Erica, Mommy will take the magic medicine and get well. I said this as I took the bitter medicine, trying to cheer Erica up. The next day, I was completely recovered. "Thanks to you, Erica, Mommy's all better now." "No, it's thanks to the magic medicine." Saying this, Erica went off to school with a smile. "It seems you're feeling better now. I'll go to work then. Take it easy today." Chris left for work, caring for me. I decided to prepare a luxurious dinner as a thank you for my family, who I worried. I worked hard on the meal prep, enough to make it seem like someone's birthday. Erica returned home around noon, very happy. "It smells delicious. I was just talking about it with my friends on the way home. Mommy made it, right? I'm so excited for tonight." Erica, excitedly finishing her homework, made me feel that all the effort I put in since morning was worth it. In the evening, thinking Chris would be home soon, I started setting the table. Erica was helping set the cups when Chris called. "Sorry. I thought I could get home early today. But a junior at work has a serious issue to discuss. I want to take him out for dinner, so you don't need to worry about me tonight." "Really sorry." Chris continued one-sidedly, not giving me a chance to say a word, then hung up. Thinking it must be important, I put the phone down and told Erica. "Daddy says he has important work discussions tonight. And doesn't need dinner. It's a shame, but let's eat together, just the two of us." Erica looked visibly disappointed. "Aww. Daddy's not eating? You put in so much effort, Mommy." Erica, holding back her sadness, showed concern for me. I felt warm inside, seeing how caring my daughter had grown. Despite the meal I prepared for the 3 of us being spoiled, my sadness was blown away thanks to Erica. "I'm happy as long as Erica eats it. Then I'll eat Daddy's share too." Saying this, she ate with a smile. We finished cleaning up together, had dessert, and enjoyed a relaxed evening. I thought Daddy could at least have dessert with us, but he didn't come home. Yes. We're worried about Daddy, but let's go to sleep soon. So, Erica and I waited for Chris, but he didn't return, and we eventually went to sleep. That day, Chris didn't come home. He returned around 5 in the morning. Trying not to wake us, he opened the front door quietly, which I heard while preparing lunch and breakfast. When Chris noticed me, he immediately apologized. I missed the last train and had to wait for the first one in the morning. Sorry to worry you. Realizing the seriousness of his work discussion, I refrained from complaining and said, "Go take a bath first. I'll prepare breakfast for you in the meantime." "Thanks. I'll do that." Afterward, Erica woke up, and the three of us were able to have breakfast together. Erica had been talking to Chris about yesterday's dinner. "Why can't Daddy be home for important times like last night? Mommy made such a luxurious meal." "Is that so?" "I'm sorry, Brittany. I'll definitely come home early today." With that promise, everyone left the house. I couldn't make a lavish meal like yesterday, but I decided to make Erica's favorite, pasta. Thinking about the menu, I headed to the supermarket after work. At the supermarket, I ran into Erica's friend's mother. "Oh, Erica's mom? Long time no see. How have you been?" "Jenny's mom. What a coincidence. I've been a bit under the weather lately. Maybe it's my age." While chatting, she made a suggestion. "Hey, why don't you let Erica stay over at our place sometime? That way, you can have some time to yourself, Brittany. Jenny loves Erica, she would be thrilled to have her stay over." "Really? I might take you up on that offer." After setting a date, we parted ways. When I got home and Erica returned, I told her about today's encounter. "Welcome home. I met Jenny's mom today. She invited you to stay over at her place." Hearing this, Erica's face lit up with a big smile and she asked excitedly, "What? Can I stay at Jenny's house?" "Yes, you can. Just make sure to behave yourself." Jenny's mom said this Saturday. Erica was already excitedly preparing for the sleepover. Her friend Jenny seemed just as thrilled. I silently thanked Jenny's mom for her kind offer. That evening, Chris came home early. Erica ran to greet him at the entrance, beaming with joy. "Welcome back. Guess what? I'm going to stay over at Jenny's house soon." Erica must have been very happy, as she immediately reported to Chris, who had just returned. I told Chris how her friend's mom had made the offer out of concern for my health. And he responded, "Then I'll also go out on Saturday. Enjoy a leisurely lunch and some shopping by yourself. I'll pick up Erica from Jenny's house on Sunday." "Really? Well, if you insist, I'll do just that." I decided to take Jenny's mom and Chris up on their offers. After dinner, Chris, as if remembering something, pulled an envelope from his bag. "Daddy, what's that?" Curious, Erica asked while fidgeting. Chris handed it to me, looking proud. "This is for Mommy. You know how you're not very strong, Brittany? I bought these special magical ingredients to help you get better." Hearing this, Erica looked overjoyed. "Mommy, you do get sick a lot. With this magic food, you'll get stronger." "That's great. You bought this just for me? It must have been expensive, but thank you." Feeling a mix of guilt and gratitude for Chris worrying about my health and buying this for me, I thanked him. The most important thing is for Brittany to get well. Eating it every day will have great effects. Chris handed it over with a smile, telling me not to worry. But then, he clapped his hands together, bowed, and apologized. "One more thing. I'm really sorry. From tomorrow until Friday, I might have to work late and come home late." Chris bowed his head to the table, deeply apologizing. Erica looked displeased. I also had my grievances, but I couldn't say anything because he was trying his best for us. Holding back my sadness, I consoled Erica. Erica, Daddy is working hard for us. Let's go to the amusement park on his next day off. With that promise, I managed to cheer Erica up. Chris thanked me with a look and we all went to bed. I ate the food Chris bought before going to sleep. It was something I had never seen before, black and dried. But it tasted like fruit and was easy to eat. However, I woke up at 2 a.m. with a headache and a nauseous stomach, rushing to the bathroom. Erica and Chris were unaffected, so I knew it wasn't dinner. What else did I eat that they didn't? I remembered the food Chris gave me. I hadn't asked about its effects, so I guess that must have been the cause. Despite the nausea, I managed to fall asleep. In the morning, Chris had left a note on the table and was already gone. It read, "Thanks for the lunchbox. Call me if anything happens. See you." I was hesitant to report the adverse effects of what Chris bought, not wanting to disturb him at work, and decided to email him later. I resolved not to eat those ingredients for a while. A few minutes later, Erica woke up and, over breakfast, happily talked about what she would do at Jenny's sleepover. After preparing for school and work, we left the house. "I won't see Daddy for a while, huh?" He might come home when you're asleep. And leave for work before you wake up. Maybe you should write him a letter if you want to tell him something." "Sounds good," Erica said, and we chatted casually on our usual commute. When I arrived at work and was preparing, I received an email from Chris. It read, "Don't forget to eat it today, it's important to continue every day." I replied to the email asking, "What are the effects?" The response came in the evening. Chris' email said that the ingredient was rich in various nutrients and had no harmful effects on the body, so I should not worry. I thought maybe my body, weaker than others, was strangely rejecting it, despite Chris' email assuring me there were no side effects. Remembering yesterday's headache and stomachache made it hard for me to eat it again. Feeling guilty about wasting it, I decided to include it in the lunch I prepared daily for Chris, hoping at least he would stay healthy. This way, Chris could stay well, and I wouldn't have to throw it away. I planned to buy supplements and health foods more suitable for me. After several days, Chris didn't complain of any ill effects and continued going to work, which relieved me, thinking it was just me who couldn't tolerate it. Finally, it was Saturday. Erica was picked up by Jenny's mom and went for her sleepover. Chris left early in the morning to the spa, so I had a leisurely day. Occasionally, I received emails from Jenny's mom with updates and photos. Erica was beaming with joy, making sweets with Jenny. I, too, enjoyed shopping and dining out. Suddenly, it was Sunday. Chris planned to watch a newly released movie with Erica before returning home. Feeling a bit guilty for relaxing alone, I was still grateful for Chris's kindness. In the evening, when Chris and Erica returned home, Erica wasn't smiling. "She's been like this all day. She's probably sad about saying goodbye to Jenny." Remembering how I cried as a child when parting with friends, I empathized with Erica. "It must mean you had a great time at Jenny's. Next time, let's invite Jenny to our house." I proposed this, wanting to give Jenny's mom a day off, too. Erica nodded and helped prepare dinner. Chris said he was going to take a bath and left the room. Then Erica tugged at my sleeve, trying to talk to me. Just as I was about to listen, a loud noise came from the bathroom. I rushed there and screamed in shock. Chris had collapsed. I need to call an ambulance. While trembling, I reached for my phone. Trying to reassure Erica, she calmly said, "It's okay. We don't need an ambulance." I was stunned by her words. "What are you talking about?" "Because Daddy did something bad. He got punished because God was watching." I couldn't comprehend what Erica was saying. Prioritizing life-saving measures, I persuaded her and called an ambulance. Fortunately, Chris was safe because I called immediately after he collapsed. However, he hadn't regained consciousness yet, so I couldn't talk to him. After being told he would be observed in the hospital for today and tomorrow, I thanked them and left with Erica. At home, I remembered Erica's unfinished words and asked her, "Sorry, can you tell me what you were saying earlier?" Erica then told me about her sleepover and what happened during the movie. My face turned pale as I listened. Erica's story went like this. "Recently, I've seen your dad walking past our house before bed." Jenny had said this during the sleepover. But Erica was puzzled. "Really? But that's around 9 at night. Daddy works much later, so it must be someone else." "No lie. Let's check tonight." So Erica and Jenny kept watch at the window. A few minutes later, Jenny left the room, saying she needed the bathroom. Alone, Erica saw Chris walking past the house, just as Jenny said. But he was walking with another woman, arm in arm, looking close. Erica was shocked, realizing it wasn't me. She didn't tell Jenny and pretended no one passed by that night. On Sunday, when Chris picked her up, Erica couldn't smile much because of what she saw. Chris thought a movie might cheer her up, so they went to the cinema. "Chris had mistakenly bought a ticket for me too," he said. Erica just smiled faintly, "Silly daddy." But during the movie, when Erica tried to talk to Chris, he seemed distracted and was whispering with someone. "Hey, my daughter is right here." "Oh? Doesn't matter. I'm going to be her stepmom, right?" "Hey, Erica. Aren't you happy I'm prettier than mommy?" Erica was startled to be suddenly addressed by a stranger. Chris told the woman to stop talking like that. However, he continued to be intimate with her during the movie. Erica apparently realized that Chris's claim of mistakenly buying a ticket for me was a lie. The reason she didn't smile or make eye contact with Chris after returning home was because of this. I was astonished after hearing the whole story. Chris, who had never exhibited any suspicious behavior, was actually doing such things behind the scenes. I didn't want to believe what Erica was saying, but she wasn't the kind of child to make up such a lie. As we were talking, Chris's phone, which he had left behind when he was rushed to the hospital, started receiving notifications. It had been left on the desk, and numerous notifications had come in. I happened to catch a glimpse of the messages, so I took a closer look. The emails were from a woman's name. The content was about how much fun she had at the movie last night, and how well his plan to get rid of his wife was going. The moment I saw the contents of those messages, I felt a chill run down my spine. Erica's words were true. It appeared that Chris had been secretly planning to drive me out. Desperately recalling Chris's actions, I couldn't find any hints of his plan. So I guessed it was still in the preparatory stages. Then, I received a call from the hospital. They had identified Chris's ailment and asked me to come in. As soon as Erica and I arrived, the doctor said, "We believe the cause is an excessive intake of a certain food." Mr. Chris Simpson was perfectly healthy, but he had been eating something that caused headaches, stomach upset, and dizziness from overconsumption. "Mrs. Simpson, do you know of anything that Chris has been eating daily?" The doctor explained this to me. I felt like all the pieces of the puzzle suddenly fit together. The plot that Chris and the woman had hatched was to make me eat something harmful every day to deteriorate my health. And while I was hospitalized, they planned to live together. Chris' recent lies about working overtime were all to meet this woman. Connecting the dots and recalling Chris' actions, I realized he had been implementing their plan step by step, which made me increasingly angry. A nurse informed me that Chris had regained consciousness and was able to speak. So I decided to go to his room after calming down. Fortunately, my parents' house was only a 20-minute drive from the hospital. So I dropped Erica off there first. Erica, I'm going to have an important talk with Daddy now. Be a good girl and wait here for a little while, okay? Okay. Erica didn't say anything and just quietly acquiesced. I felt sorry for making such a young child worry. Thinking of Erica filled me with apologies. But I also grew increasingly irritated at Chris for cheating on me right in front of our precious daughter. I reached the door of Chris's hospital room, took a deep breath, and was about to enter when I heard voices inside. Peeking through the glass part of the door, I saw an unknown woman. I opened the door slightly without them noticing and listened to their conversation. Chris, your wife hasn't even come to take care of you after hearing you collapsed. Isn't that terrible? Unthinkable. Divorce that awful woman right away. I know. And that woman, she still hasn't gotten sick? Hearing this conversation, I realized it was indeed this woman's doing. Unable to remain silent any longer, I knocked loudly on the door. Startled, Chris and the woman quickly turned toward the door. Am I interrupting something? As I said this, both of their faces drained of color. The woman, though flustered, stood up from her chair. Oh, are you Mrs. Simpson? I'm Chris' colleague from work. I was just worried and came to visit him. Well, I should be going now. She tried to flee in a hurry. I blocked the door, determined not to let her escape. You've come all this way, so why not stay a little longer? I said this to the woman with a smile. She looked nervous and unsure. Chris, trying to maintain his lie, added, Yeah, why don't you stay a bit longer, Michelle? Chris was sweating and his voice was shaky. There was an awkward tension between the three of us. And the woman flinched at my slightest movement. Not wanting to waste more time as Erica was waiting, I got straight to the point. So, you've been having an affair with this woman, haven't you? Chris, caught off guard by my direct accusation, immediately denied it. What are you talking about? No way, she's just a colleague from work. Really? You go to movies with a colleague? Bringing along your daughter and joking about her becoming a new mom? When I asked them with a hint of sarcasm, both of them couldn't respond. They started looking down, seemingly ready to give up, but I still couldn't forgive them. Oh, by the way, the food you gave me didn't suit my body. So I've been putting it in your lunchbox. It's supposed to make you feel better, right? Hearing this, Chris suddenly regained his energy and glared at me, shouting loudly. What have you done? That's why I'm unconscious and collapsed here. What? Was it dangerous? You told me it was something to make you feel better. I just wanted you to be healthy. I mean, so sad your plan to make me unconscious backfired, right? You never thought it would end up in your own lunchbox. I said this with a slight laugh. Chris was completely outdone and looked vacant, trapped by his own scheme. Next, I turned to the woman and said, So, you're the woman who's been pursuing a married man. Don't forget, you're also at fault. Expect a hefty compensation from me. The woman immediately retorted. Why should I pay? Chris was the one who approached me, saying he needed comforting. So I'm a victim too. Really? All initiated by my husband, you say? Then show me your email exchanges with him right now. If you're a victim, you wouldn't have taken any aggressive actions, right? That is? The woman faltered. Realizing her plan was futile, she immediately switched tactics and knelt down. I'm sorry. Please forgive me this time. Kneeling won't change a thing. I'll never forgive you. Wait for the lawyer's notification at your house. With that, I left the two pale and on the verge of tears in the room, and headed straight back to my parents' house where Erica was waiting. Oh, welcome back. Erica has been a good girl. Sorry for suddenly leaving her with you. Also, I'm going to divorce Chris. Can we stay here for a while? I asked my mother this startling question, and she opened her eyes wide in surprise. However, after I explained the recent turmoil, she empathized with me. Such a thing happened? Then, stay here from today. Your father will go and get your things. My mother, without asking for further details, was trying to protect Erica and me. I felt her immense warmth and was moved to tears. I carefully explained to Erica that we couldn't live with Chris anymore. To my surprise, as if she somewhat understood, Erica said, "I hate Daddy. He was nice to someone who's not Mommy. I want to live at Grandma's house." Erica, despite being a child, had sensed that Chris was doing something wrong. "Thank you. From now on, Mommy will make you smile instead of Daddy." I made this promise to Erica. When my father came home from work, I explained the situation. And he went to get my necessary belongings. The next day, Chris was discharged from the hospital. My father and I went to talk to Chris, timing it with his arrival back home. Chris immediately apologized as soon as I arrived. "I'm so sorry. I've realized that what matters most to me is you, Brittany, and Erica. I'll cut ties with that woman. Please forgive me." I was completely unimpressed by his late apology. Restarting with someone who tried to trap me? That's a joke. Can you just sign the divorce papers? I spoke with a sigh. My father, standing behind me, was not silent either. "Look, Chris. I can't allow my precious daughter to live with someone like you. If you really care about Brittany and Erica, then all the more reason to divorce." With my father's intimidating words, Chris tearfully signed the divorce papers. "Also, I'll be filing for compensation from you and that woman. Don't think it's over just by signing the divorce papers," I said, looking down on him, and left the house. Later, I was able to claim a substantial amount of compensation from both Chris and the woman. Since they worked at the same company, rumors quickly spread. Unable to withstand the gossip, the woman soon quit her job. Because of the compensation payments, she ended up in debt and lived a struggling life. Chris also became the subject of neighborhood gossip and lost any chance of promotion at work. He's now being treated like an outcast by everyone. I switched from part-time to full-time work and worked hard for Erica. My efforts were recognized, and I got a raise, allowing us to lead a fulfilling life. Now, I prioritize Erica's happiness over my own life. Thinking this way, I strive to protect my daughter's life and spend each day with a smile.